Letter 28, The Crowd and the Self. Dear Ada, there are very few lessons as important in adulthood as this one. The crowd has a gravity. If you are not careful, it will pull you out of your own life. Most people never notice the force until they're already drifting, carried along by what everyone else thinks, wants, values, judges, fears, or admires. But you, Ada, you're learning to see these forces early, and that sight will save you. Let me show you why the crowd is so powerful, and how to stand apart from it without becoming isolated or cynical. When you were younger, the crowd gave you belonging. At school, on teams, and groups, being part of something felt safe. But adulthood quietly changes the equation. Now the crowd does something different. It tells you how to think. It tells you what matters. It tells you what is normal, successful, appropriate, or foolish. It tells you who you are allowed to be. Belonging used to feel like comfort. Now it can become a form of pressure. The crowd becomes louder as life gets harder. And that is precisely when you must learn to hear yourself. There are 3 dangers the crowd brings. 1. The crowd rewards imitation, not authenticity. People quickly praise you for aligning with them, agreeing with them, mirroring them. This feels like acceptance, but it is often only validation for sameness. Authenticity rarely receives instant applause, but it offers long-term stability. 2. The crowd punishes standing apart. Not always directly, usually in subtle ways. Raised eyebrows, small jokes, gentle corrections. Are you sure? Why would you do that? You're overthinking it. These are the ways the crowd pulls you back into line. Not because they want to harm you, but because your independence threatens their certainty. 3. The crowd hides its own fear inside its confidence. People follow others because they are uncertain. They imitate because they are afraid to be wrong alone. So the crowd speaks loudly not because it is wise, but because it is anxious. This is important to understand. The loudest voices are rarely the clearest ones. The question becomes, how do you stay yourself in a world that is constantly inviting you to dissolve into everyone else? You don't walk away, you walk differently. Here is how. 1. Be in the crowd but not of it. Learn to walk through the world with open eyes but a grounded center. Like someone carrying a lantern, you bring your own light. 2. Feel the pull without obeying it. When you sense pressure to conform, pause and ask, is this alignment or surrender? The difference is everything. 3. Let the crowd inform you, not define you. You can observe patterns, preferences, social norms, but they shouldn't override your inner compass. Take what is useful, leave what is not. 4. Choose a small circle of steady souls. A few honest people, not the crowd, are enough to help you see clearly. The crowd blurs, individuals illuminate. 5. Remember, the crowd is rarely thinking. It is reacting. It's not evaluating truth. It's seeking comfort, cohesion, belonging. If you seek clarity instead of comfort, you will make better decisions than the crowd ever will. Ada, you don't need to fear the crowd. You simply need to understand it. Most people never develop a strong enough inner life to resist the gravity of others. But you are building something different, a self that stands, listens, considers, and chooses without collapsing into imitation. The crowd is loud, but your voice is the one you must learn to trust. Walk gently, walk clearly, walk as yourself, even when surrounded. This is how you remain whole in a world that constantly invites you to disappear. A friend on the road ahead.